Hey guys, Dave with First Place Auto Parts, and you know, it happens all the time. You go out to drive your favorite classic vehicle, or maybe even your late model car or truck, and you realize the darn thing's dirty. Like, I've been driving for over 40 years, and I have never once, not once, taken my car through a do-it-yourself car wash. I have always hand washed my cars. I believe that it protects the paint. And look, the paint's the one thing that we all see on everything. It's the first thing that hits us. It also has to do with your car's resale value. And for you classic guys, look, good paint jobs today cost anywhere from 8 to 10. I've seen $25,000 paint jobs. Granted, we're talking about very high end, but it's an investment, whether it's your classic or your late model vehicle. And what you use and how you wash your car or truck absolutely will determine the quality of the paint long term. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the essential things that you should have on your shelf when it comes time to hand washing your vehicle. So stay tuned. Let's take a look at some of the technology that's available and some of the things you shouldn't use as well. Hey guys, if you like today's video, please consider subscribing to the First Place Auto Parts YouTube channel. We're going to continually be adding new videos every week. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to see. Now, when you wash your vehicle, you kind of have to think of it as a system. There's a bunch of different components that you're going to want to use to clean it and clean it well. Back when I grew up, we used a soft bristle brush, a nylon brush, dipped in any kind of dishwashing soap we could find that mom had on the sink. And maybe it was a bucket that we used for who knows what else and filled it up with water and made suds and washed our vehicle. And what we ended up with was ultimately dulled paint, but also those little fine scratches that you see, what we call swirl marks. Look, you have a lot of different options today, and the first thing that it starts off with is your bucket that you use. And you know, you never think of a bucket as being something that's technologically advanced, but the reality is you should have a dedicated bucket when you wash your vehicle. A bucket like this that has a removable top and also a ring that seals on it is guaranteed to keep dirt out of this thing, and that's what you want. You want the cleanest water, soapy water, that you can use when it comes time to wash your vehicle. Don't ever reuse water, which is a lot of what your new modern drive-through car washes use. They are reusing their water. Granted, they're passing it through filters, but it's still used water. So the bucket is the first place you want to start in some of those components. So get yourself a 5-gallon bucket because you're going to use a lot of water, a lot of soapy water to wash your vehicle, especially if you have one of these late model crew cab trucks. But one of the things that you're going to want to put in the bottom of your bucket is one of these separators. And what it does is it sits on the bottom of the bucket and it allows the dirt to filter through this grill or this grid right here, and it keeps your brush or the thing that you're using to apply the soapy water with off the bottom of your bucket, and it keeps it away from the dirt. The dirt will eventually settle at the bottom. And what's nice about these things, when it's time to dump your water out, they have little handholds built into them. You just grab them, pull them out, and dump your bucket out. But your bucket is important. Make sure when you wash your vehicle, you have a dedicated 5-gallon bucket, and you get one of these things. You can find them everywhere. They're fairly inexpensive, but what they do is they keep the dirt separated from the thing that you're going to wash your vehicle with, whether it be a mitt or something on a pole if you have a truck. The next thing we're going to take a look at is what you use to apply that soapy water. Look, back when I was doing this, we used sponges because sponges is what everybody used, including my dad. The reality is the sponge isn't a great car wash product because it tends to hold and trap dirt. Very hard to get dirt out of a sponge. What we have today is you've got a couple of different options. One, you have this type of mitt right here, but also really what you want to use is one of these microfiber mitts. Or if you have a bigger vehicle, they have these things that come on a pole that you can extend to get to the things like the roof line. But microfiber, what's nice about these, there's a lot of surface area. It holds a lot of sudsy water, but it also allows any dirt that might get trapped in this thing to freely fall to the bottom of this bucket. When you stick it in there, you always want to use a lot of soapy water when you're washing your vehicle. Highly recommend using one of the new microfiber mitts or one of the mitts that's on a pole. Either way, the microfibers are absolutely the way you want to go. And remember, when you're applying these products, when you're applying the soap and the suds to your vehicle, don't push too hard. Again, we're not trying to sand the vehicle, we're just trying to get the dirt off of it. So a good bucket full of good clean water with good soap and a good microfiber mitt is what you need to keep your car, your truck, swirl free. And then after that, we get into some specialty things like cleaning some of the wheels, the modern wheels today. I know the wheels of my wife's Tahoe are fairly intricate, and you can sit there and you can use your finger with an old brush or something like that, but they even have these microfiber specialty tools that are made for cleaning it around wheels. Now, when it comes to the wheels, one of the things is, if you have aluminum or chrome or painted wheels, if you have aluminum or chrome wheel, there's actually specialty wheel cleaner. In this case, it's chrome that will really help not only get all the brake dust off, but will also refresh that chrome, that finish. Aluminum is the same, but the one thing you want to make sure you don't do is do not use chrome wheel cleaner on aluminum wheels. This stuff has an acid in it that will actually turn that clear coat on those aluminum wheels milky, and you'll destroy your wheels, or at least harm them very badly. So when you're cleaning your wheels, make sure you get the right product. Again, soap and suds is part of lifting that debris, especially brake dust, which can be very granular. We want to make sure we get that off of, out of the crevices and whatnot. Keep the finish on those nice and clean and shiny, but make sure you use the right product. Highly recommend getting some wheel cleaner. And if you're a late model guy and you have some raised white letters on your tires, there's a thing called bleach white. And this stuff is magic when it comes to either white wall tires, which I know there's not a lot of anymore, but you raised white letter guys, especially with your trucks, this stuff right here will work magic. All you do is you spray this on the letters itself, use a stiff bristle brush, and you scrub the raised white letters and then rinse it away. Again, do not wash this brush in the actual bucket that you're cleaning your truck with the paint. You just want to spray this off separately. But wheel cleaner and raised white letter or white wall cleaner is absolutely going to be two of those components that you want to have on your shelf that just gives your vehicle that final detail. Now, talking about the bucket and the soapy water, the kind of soap that you use is also very important. Look, there's a ton of it out there, and a lot of times it's on sale. Some of your better soaps, if you do some research, will actually have some pH agents to them that will neutralize pH, and that's what I use. Look, you're looking for a soap that stays sudsy through the whole process. So make sure that you use a car wash product that's meant for cars. Don't use dish soap, because what that'll do is it's a very harsh agent. It's a degreaser, and it'll actually strip the clarity out of the clear coat. It's going to dull it. So we don't want to use something that's not meant for cars, but most of your products out there on your shelves at your local auto parts store will have a car wash that's safe for your vehicle. They say they apply wax. Look, some of them have carnauba and things of that nature. Don't rely on those just purely for the wax on your vehicle, but do not use dish soap or any other cleaners on your paint. Make sure that you use a dedicated car wash. And then when it comes to drying the vehicle, okay, I used to use whatever bath towel mom was throwing out, and ultimately those nylon fibers in those bath towels were another component that could create swirl marks in the paint. What we have today are these synthetic towels, in this case the absorber that I have here, and these things are quite simply nothing short of amazing. They're very soft, they're machine washable, and you can use them over and over again. You store them wet, so they're very easy to unfold, and they absorb a ton of water. When you wipe the vehicle down, all you do, and this is full of water, and you'll know what it is because it'll quit picking it up, you just wring it out and use it again. Very simple to use, very safe on the paint, and these things last a long time. Now, these things do wear out. They will get dirty. They're going to get to the point where you're going to want to replace them, but they're so much safer for your paint and so much easier to use that I highly recommend one of these synthetic towels. Look, the Absorber brand has been a great brand for me. I've tried other ones. This brand in particular seems to be worth its weight in gold, and also worth the value that you pay for it. So when it comes time to drying your vehicle, make sure that you get one of these synthetic towels. It's much safer on the paint, and it's going to be a lot easier to clean your vehicle and dry it off. Then finally, when it comes to glass is kind of that one thing that's just impossible to get clean and streak free. I don't care what it says on the can, ammonia free, streak free. The reality is there's a film that builds up inside the glass, especially on the windshield, that's really hard to get off. I can tell you without a doubt that the old newspaper trick, it works. Newspaper is one of the few items that I have found, doesn't matter what you're using as a glass cleaner, make sure you're using a glass cleaner on the inside of your windshield and your side windows. But newspaper, when you crumple it up and clean it on the inside of your windshield, is absolutely a sure way to have a streak-free window. It doesn't matter if you're taking your car to a show or you drive your vehicle every day. Keeping your car clean is an investment in time. It helps ensure the long-term value of your vehicle. The tools and the chemicals that we have nowadays to wash our cars, it just makes it that much easier as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you a chance to see what kind of components are out there that you can use to wash your car. Look, you don't have to buy all of these. I highly recommend some of them, but you don't need all of them. Just a simple wash is fine, but just make sure you get out there and wash your car. Keep it clean and keep the value high. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, keep the hammer down, keep it between the guardrails.